G'day everyone, and thanks for tuning in to what is the final instalment of Going Bush, the program about Australia's forests and the people who work in them.
We've got a big show coming up today, from innovation to recreation. This is Going Bush. This one.
And off you go. In Andrew's case, you hope there's a large and aggressive tiger snake not far away. The heartland, Andrew, of the state's native timber production. You no longer have people standing out in the bush able to be getting hit by trees. Never felt safer in my life, Andrew. There is an eye in the sky.
Oh, this is going to end well.
Today on the show, how proper planning prevents poor performance in Victoria's ash forests.
Getting out and about, some of the recreation options available free of charge in the bush. But first, an engineered solution to one of the toughest questions in forestry. How do you get big timber from little logs? Straight into it. Now, in days gone past, if you wanted big, beautiful, clean bits of timber, Nick, you'd need to go out into the bush and find yourself the biggest trees possible, and that was the story of forestry in yesteryear.
That's right, and even if you did find one of these big trees and get it to mill and carve it up, you'd only actually recover about 30% of its volume. And nowadays, big trees like this are generally held in national parks and reserves. So it means if we can't have bigger, we have to work smarter.
Nowhere in Australia has access to the native timber resource been more fiercely contested than in Tasmania. Close to 50% of the state is held in single-use parks and reserves, and there's every chance another 460,000 hectares of state forest will soon be added to the list.
For Forestry Tasmania, it means finding a way to get more from less, and that has led to Hardlam, an innovative engineered solution to getting big, solid wood products from small trees.
So we start with small diameter, low-grade logs that come out of the native forest harvesting operations. These are logs that would normally end up in the wood chipper. And of that pile of logs, we can take about 50% of those logs and use them in this product. So basically we peel those logs to create veneer, then we glue all the veneers back together in a large block. We're essentially creating a big square log. And we can control the stiffness and the density and the colour and everything about that log. It's a designer log, if you like.
Well, I think everyone's concerned about the carbon footprint, about better utilisation, about innovative products, and about having a higher value use of our products, and Hardlam ticks all of those boxes. It permanently stores carbon in a use which in a lot of applications will substitute for high carbon polluting aluminium, steel and concrete, and it allows us to manufacture in Tasmania products which previously weren't able to be manufactured here.
So this is the crux of Hardlam. Little logs like this, little ugly logs that would have previously been fed down the chip mill, now go through a peeler mill, sort of like a big pencil sharpener, and that makes veneer. That veneer then gets glued together to make great big pieces of wood, which can be any size or shape that you want.
And the range of products is absolutely enormous, from structural grade beams, which you can build houses out of, to appearance grade timber such as floorboards and desks and tables, to beautiful little designer pieces like these.
Whilst we set out to focus on the appearance grade products, the market has actually told us, oh, we want the structural products as well, particularly the exposed beams. You know, we can put these into a structural application and it look good. We don't need to cover it up, we don't need to paint it or box it in or anything like that.
The product's first introduction to customers is likely to be in the hardwood flooring market.
So it's all very well having these new and innovative products to carry the timber industry forward, but at some point you have to take your new product and test it in the marketplace.
You do indeed, and you'll soon see Hardlam in a store near you, and that's thanks to these guys at Oakdale Industries. The R&D is almost finished. They're about to get it out there to market. Oakdale itself is actually another really great part of this story.
Oakdale Industries provides training, employment and life skills for more than 30 employees with special needs. The company produces a huge range of timber goods, everything from garden stakes to parquetry floors, and more recently the attention has turned to making Hardlam floorboards ready for market.
All right, Dan, so let's get these moisture contents checked. Yep, that's 12.4%.
Oh, that's great, man.
So that's spot on. That's well within the standard of 9 to 14. It means we're going to have a nice stable board when we put these down on the floor.
Careful attention is given to moisture content, machining quality, density and hardness, and the early signs are good. Hardlam receiving the Australian Timber Flooring Association's Gold Star Award for design, innovation and marketability.
The response has been absolutely brilliant. I can say that there's not been one negative about it, but there's been a whole heap of extremely positive feedback on the product. Not only the Hardlam finish and the look of the product and the aesthetics of the product, but the actual story of the product, being able to utilise a resource that has been regarded as a very low quality, very low value product into a product that can have, substantial value.
After the break, we take our Hardlam timber into the lab to see how it stacks up, and still to come, some active ideas to help you get out and about in the bush.